What's up, people? SoCalAshez here, and today I'm doing my Fallout, the board game, the review. Now, I'm not doing the Rick and Morty VR review just yet. I'm still working on it.
Just put out the review!
I'll get to putting it up when I get to putting it up! Jeez, Mom! Whoosh! Anyways, when I get the chance, that will be going up. But right now, this is the review for your eyes, your ears, and I really hope, really truly hope, you enjoy the Fallout, the board game, the review. Bye!
War. War never changes.
However, Fallout always does. So, here she is, Fallout, the board game, the review, the pieces. There's a lot of them, alright? Now, first thing to know is this game is for 1 to 4 players, so even if you're forever alone, as you may be, here it is. A game even for yourself, but the game is definitely designed for more than that. So let's get a quick little close-up of what the character pieces look like. These are the different characters you can be. You have the power armor, you have the ghoul, the super mutant, the wastelander, and the vault dweller. Now, these pieces you see here in front of you are the individual player boards with your radiation on the left and your health on the right as you take damage. That moves down. As you take radiation by landing in radiation spots, that moves up. If the two ever touch, with the exception of the ghoul there, if the two ever touch, you are dead and must go back to the beginning of the board. His special ability is that he never takes radiation damage. I mean, look how pretty he already is, right? Yep, doesn't need it. So, therefore, his radiation is always down at the end, which means he just dies when he reaches the 0 spot. Now, the experience bar, right here, you'll gain experience from fighting enemies, completing quests. Once that reaches all the way to the very end, then you get to pick from the different special tokens. As you see, these are all open and blank, except for the ones right here, which are the characters' specific ones. Right, so they already start out with at least one special token. Now, as you level up, you get to pick from the special token pool. These are all face down. You'll flip over 2 of them. If they are letters you don't already have, you get to pick one of them. If they're ones that you both already do have, as the power armor guy already has I, then you get to go into the special token, which help you in many different ways. So that is pretty cool. These are on your board. You have room for different items. You have the apparel, hand, companions, and inventory. Down over here, this apparel for the power armor guy, of course he is wearing power armor. It has a defense value, a cash value, which will come into play when you come into a shop. Here in his weapon, it also has special requirements, a cash value, letter requirements that let you re-roll, those will come into play later, and companions that will help you in very different ways. And at the very bottom it says if you have, when you use a companion, you'll be exhausting it, so it'll tilt over to the side to let you know that you used it. When you go back to a campsite, which is where you rest, gain XP, etc, etc, then you have a chance to unexhaust and keep the guy or totally get rid of him. Here's your inventory. You're able to have at least 3 items, or at max 3 items. Some magazines will let you use them when you're at a camp if you don't have it. Junk lets you make multiple ones, and then drugs help you during battle or different parts of the game. So this is a layout for the Vault Dweller here. So of course he's got his suit. You can have multiple companions. That's why he has Preston Garvey and Codsworth, similar to Fallout 4, where they're like his main homies. And then over here in this corner, this is where you have the different traits. These are normally off of your tray until they become applicable. So this one has to do with becoming a super mutant. This one is well rested, that lets you reroll. This one means you are vilified, you're a bad dude, right? Up here, you have the opposite sides of them. Lets you be a synth when the quest says so. Lets you be well rested again, but on the back side of that is addicted. And then you have your good guy piece right there too, to go to the opposite of vilified. So these are the board pieces. This is what it looks like in a standard setup. You'll have your character, you'll have everything else. Now, these are very applicable to the world map, which is over here. the current setup that it's in, since there are multiple different setups, is to the Commonwealth. This is a different situation card to let you know how it is supposed to be set up. There are many different ones, such as the Capital Wasteland from Fallout 3, the Pit, an extension from Fallout 3, and Far Harbor, a DLC from Fallout 4. Now, there are two different types of enemies that you will fight on there, or help, depending on your choice. They are the NPCs that you guys are up against. You got the Brotherhood of Steel and the Enclave. They are represented by their peace moving down in influence. If during their questing, their influence ever reaches the very bottom, they will successfully win the game and all the players will lose, even if you are on their side. Now, where their position is, whether the green, yellow, or the red, not the bright red, we'll let you know how powerful they are based on the X there or the Y there, which apply to the sideboards there. So that is very cool. Now, as a character, you'll always start right here in Crossroads Camp. Now, you get to pick anywhere on this spot. We always just say start right there so that you have max ability to do anything. I'm going to put the overlay on the screen for the different action movements. Take time to pause it, read them all. They are very involved. There's 4 different ones I will key in on. That is Explore, Fighting, Camp, and then Events/Quests. Now, if you want to explore as one of your action, because you get 2 of them, your first action to explore, you'll flip this over, and it'll show you the path. That counts as one of your actions. It's pretty much just a good teammate thing to do, although you guys don't have to be on a team. This is also a very individual game. Now when you flip it over, it does have a bug icon there, so we'll head over to the enemies and I'll show you the different ones before putting it there. The different enemies you'll face in the game roll anywhere from mole rats, cute and adorable, all the way to robots, raiders, super mutants, and then death claws, as beautiful as they are. These tokens represent the 2 different factions, and sometimes during quests, it'll come into play that you'll have to lay these down as well and fight them, or help them, regardless. Now, whenever we flip over a board token, we then take the piece, this is a rad roach, and put it face up in the applicable spot. So now this entire spot is one place I can move into, engage with the enemy. They have tokens right here, which I'll put an overlay up on the side for you to see what all those different tokens mean on their name here. That's what I'm referring to. Now you also get 2 action movement points. You can spend those movements to do 2 movements into 2 white spaces. You can either do it 1 movement into a red space, or if there are any green spaces, such as down here, you can still move into it. However, you will incur 1 radiation damage, which can help you or hurt you. Now, if you're the super mutant, taking radiation damage will give you XP. You know, if you're the ghoul, you don't take any radiation damage, and then taking radiation damage this way only shortens your overall life. So, not good for if you are not a ghoul or super mutant. So moving on down to the nuts and bolts, the creme de la creme of the game is the questing system. Similar to any RPG, there is a fantastic number of quests and side quests, and you see here, each one is numbered for the main quest lines. Now most quests most events that you do will let you know which number quest to start, so you may have a whole pile of quests over here that need to be completed, and by completing them, you'll have a person that'll read the yellow portion here, read that to the group, and they'll also read all of this so that you know what actions you have to take, 1, 2, or 3 in this way, and what the rewards would be in the blue. So some also require quest markers, so that you can say, boom, there, and then where do I have to go? Oh, I go to Vault 84. Well, there you go, now I know, and it's just on the board so that I can get to it whenever I get a chance. So that is a very cool portion that I really enjoy. Is a different quest. Completing them feels great, and sometimes beating the game sucks because there's still more active quests. So if you finish and one of these guys win, or one of your characters win, it's super unfortunate sometimes. But there's also a good side of questing, is that you can get really cool unlockables. These are unique ones, such as everyone's favorite dog meat, which is only available in a certain random quest when it comes up.
A whimpering dog wanders from person to person in the crowd. Are you idolized?
I am!
Okay, force. The dog approaches you and seems to trust you instinctively. He follows at your heels. You gain dog meat.
I gained dog meat!
I don't know why everybody loves dog meat.
That's horrible.
Huh? No, that's the name of the dog.
Oh.
Oh, she's not familiar with the game. And those random quests, sometimes these add to it, but they are called like events. And you have city events and ruin events. Both of these events are available whenever you are in a location that has a city token there or a ruin token there with a level that'll let you know how strong it is. Having those events, you'll get to. They look very similar to the quests over there. However, they have a star in the corner, and they will be read by the person who is sitting to the right of you, such as this. Okay.
City.
I don't want. Out of nowhere, a great tabby cat races across your path. Ashes, the boy says. Ashes, come back.
What do I
Do the voice!
What do I need? Do the voice. What do I need? What do I need? Ashes. What do I need?
You need to either ignore them both or AL4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Choose one item from the shop. Wonder what she's gonna choose. Who'd have thought? And then they won't let you know what the blue is. That'll be your choice. Now, whenever it comes to rolling, it says EC4. 4 is the number of hits you need to get on your dice, and EC are the special tokens you can have that can help you with that. Now, speaking of the dice specifically, there are different uses for these. Some for fighting, such as if I want to hit the mole rat. If I want to roll to hit him in the chest, he's level 1, so I gotta hit him 1 time in the chest. This roll would not do it. However, this roll would definitely do it, would destroy him. One hit to the chest. But, as you see, there are also different little dots on there. Now, during combat, those dots are used to mess you up, which means the enemy will hit you first. They are the dots on the die of all the dice put together, times his level if he's 1, so I just got hit for 3. And then I hit him, so all these dice, miss, and then 1 to the chest, he's dead. And then if there's any loot or any other tokens, as I showed you earlier, I'd be able to get those. Now, when you are doing a quest, such as this one, that says EC4, you want to maximize the amount of hits that you get. These little bullet points now count as your overall, total score, really. So this roll, I would have only got 3, therefore I would not have completed the 4 requirement. But if I had the E or the C special, then I would get a chance to re-roll one of the die. So let's take this guy. And I got another hit. Those add to my other total that I already rolled. Now I've completed it. Now the person who read it to you will then let you know what the succeed or the fail rate is. You may pause this and read it if you'd like, if you become so interested. So they'll read that to you, and then you just play it out normally. If you took any damage at all, another action you can do is to rest at camp. Resting at camp, as I said earlier, lets you unexhaust some of these, use some magazines, and you restore 2 HP. Sometimes that's a good idea if you find yourself very far from the Crossroads camp and you're trying to complete a quest down on the other side of the board, but you took some damage and you know there's enemies in sight. It's always a good idea to camp. And so that is the camping, the questing, the fighting, the everything system. The only one I have left out that I'm going to include now is the shopping system. Now, it wouldn't be a Fallout game, like any Fallout game, if it wasn't for caps, right? Who knows how they keep track of these? Can you imagine paying 100 fucking caps for one thing? No one can. That's crazy. However, the board game people were nice enough to put 1s and 5s to let you know the applicable amount for each cap so you can build up. Those are used to buy different items at the store. This store is stocked with Jet, Stimpack, Paladin Dance just chilling at the store, and a Dick Doll, the top right corner letting you know how much you have to pay in order to obtain one of these. And then, of course, there's a stack of them, so whenever one is taken, you can replace it with another one and buy that. Alternatively, when you're in the shop, you can also sell items, and they will just be 1 minus the value there, so now you got tokens. Sometimes you need them, most times you don't, but it's a pretty cool thing. Also, if there's any enemies that will let you take loot from them, that's also up here as well. There will be a loot pile that you can pick from. Different kind of loot you can get is a fistful of caps, magazines and other items. You can even get companions. And then, of course, what would a Fallout game be without absolute junk? So with that junk, you can discard 2 of those to get extra items or cards from the junk piles, really. Big question is how to win the game. You win the game by obtaining the most influence, as represented by these thumbs up. Now, every time you start off the game with one of these cards, with one of these thumbs up, and that thumbs up will also have an ability for you to get more if you reach certain requirements. So this card can be up to maximum of 3. If you're playing with 4 people, you need 8. Up to, I believe, if you're playing with 1, you need 12. So it can be a little daunting to gather these because you can only have 4 of them in your hand. So pretty big deal. These all cards also let you know you can only use these if you have a certain amount of players. But like they said, for the security, it counts for everything. Now in the top left corner, you see that symbol. This will let you know what your loyalty is to one of the certain faction tokens here, or represented by the guys on here. Now those factions being influenced or being loyal to them means that they will not attack you. And flip side, you can also not attack them, which can help sometimes if you're in the middle of a quest and there's like a war going on or any other this, that, and the third. Now, at the very bottom of these, it represents the different monster tokens that you can fight. There it is. Boom. Now, when you flip this over, we consider this like a day and night cycle. Each player gets 1 chance to go per day. So we'll move in turn order. Let's say person in the corner over there goes, then me, boom, and then that. Well, at the end of the day, if there's any enemies that are like knocked down or defeated, or any on the board, such as this round roach that we put that has not moved yet, we would then refer back to, here we go, back to the applicable day token after we flip one of these over. And it'll say super mutants will attack if there's any. There are not. Bugs will attack if there's any, and there are. Now the animals, or the bugs in this case, will take 1 step towards the closest player. If this is an unexplored area, they will just take up the center. If it's an explored area, they will just move 1 space until they can get to you. If they have a gun, they'll be able to shoot at you from range. If not, if they step into your area, you guys will now engage in a fight. And
So, Raiders?
What?
He has a gun.
yeah, he's gonna shoot you.
Oh,
He has
okay.
a gun.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
He's got a gun.
Alright, so chest or legs?
Legs and chest.
Got
Do
it.
you have anything for reroll? Damn. Well, you're taking no damage. So 2-4, I know I'm dead. I know, I'm toast.
So I take 2 damage?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
And then you get a loot and 2 XP.
He's dead.
2 XP levels you
Patrick
up.
is dead.
And then
Patrick is
reset
dead.
it to 0.
Okay, hold on.
I've had like
So
multiple times
Oh
already.
Ooh,
I don't know.
more drugs.
Yay! So that is one whole day and night cycle. So it's essentially players during the day, enemies during the night, and then after that it is free reign. It's another day, and you start all over again. So that is a brief overview of the game. I hope you enjoyed. It is such a fun game. I'm going to show you some highlights from me playing with my friends, including Trevor Jennings, who himself helped, or not helped, he did all of it. He painted all of these pieces. When you normally get them, they are nice and brown and dusty and dirty, but he painted them all to give them some type of life, and I really want that to be highlighted. They are absolutely gorgeous.
I am going to trade in my power armor and buy the rat away.
You're such a scum.
Why?
I'm a villain!
Why? There's not even like a
Okay,
single reason
No,
to.
he's just a huge bastard. That's what he is.
I'm buying the...
He's a villain!
My brain is like, what? He sticks to his character.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed it. There was some player pieces, and there was some rules and reviews and some highlights, and I really hope you enjoyed it. It was a great game to play, and I can't wait to play it again. It's probably my favorite game. It's gonna go on my favorite games of this year. I think I might even put it on last year. Who knows? I love it to pieces. To pieces! But if you enjoyed, I'm gonna be giving that board game, I gotta give it like a 9 out of 10. Like, it's so freaking good. Like, you have to play it. But if you don't have the ability to go out and buy it and play it yourself, watch me play that board game and many others on Twitch at twitch.tv/SoCalAshez. I'm gonna be there. I play every Thursday night around 7:30 Atlantic time, Atlantic US, Eastern Standard Pacific Central American time, 7:30. New York time. There you go. That's the best way to do it. Now, if you want to stop by there, I would enjoy it. If not, if you enjoyed this video, it's summer, so many other reviews are on the way. So please, subscribe to this button if you to this channel if you haven't. Hit the notify button is what I was trying to throw in there, so that you know whenever I put up videos, because they might be a little sporadic. Whenever I have time, really. Who knows? Whee! But I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, don't matter. I'm SoCalAshez. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you later.